Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chess Wise. Today we are at the next topic, that is the endgame studies explained. We are at the 68th position of our topic. So we have got a very interesting endgame study today, somewhat complex, and there are some very interesting lines as well. If we look at the position, we can make out the black king is badly stuck and white is trying to create various mating ideas on the black king. And we see the unusual placing of the queen, which will be used by white in some variations. The only problematic thing is that the black queen is able to use queen f7 check in many lines. Let's get down with the candidate moves and see what all is available. Amongst the checks, there is queen a1 check, there is c4 check, which plays a major role, but we see that after c4, king into a5, the bishop is lost. So many people leave the line there itself. The first variation which comes to mind is queen a1 check, kb5, queen e5 check. When we see that simply king a6 is possible, or even the move d5 is possible for black. So white has to look into the line c4. After c4, black has two options. Either he has to take the bishop, king into a5, or he has to go with the move king a3. Both are a bit complex in nature. Let's get started with the move king a5 first. After king a5, white has the very strong queen b3. The queen is threatening to deliver mate from the b5 square, and we see the poor placing of the queen. The black queen's placing is exploited by white in some variations. So after c4 check, king a5, king b3. At first it's hard to believe that black doesn't have any defense. First, let me show you the basic point. If king tries to escape by king a6, then comes queen a2 check, putting the queen on the queen's diagonal in the relation, and after kb6 comes c5 check, and the queen on g8 is lost. But of course, it becomes very natural why black will not play the check and defend his king position later. So there is queen f7 check, the only check available in the position. King hides to e2, q h5 check, when it looks like it's possible for the queen to guard the b5 square easily with e4. But here comes the stunning move g4, forcing the queen first to leave the 5th rank, and after qg4 check, there is the move king f1. This move is, we can see a gem of a move, typical study position idea. d1 is guarded, h3 is guarded by the white queen, so no queen checks. King a6 is forced, and now comes queen a4 check, kb6, c5 check, king takes c5, and queen takes the queen on g4, and white wins the game. So this was about the mating pattern on the b5 square. The mating net was created. Let's look at the other variation, king a3. c4 check, king a3. White again pushes the black king into the mating net with the move queen a1 check, forcing the king on b3, and now comes queen c3 check. If king a4, then queen b4 mates. So king a2 forced, and again white plays a very strong bishop b4 move, which again creates two mating threats. One is very easy, queen c2 check, king a1, bishop c3 mate. Let's see what's the other idea. So again black is compelled to harass the white king with queen f7 check, king e2. King e3 would allow queen f4 check. So now again queen h5 check, and now comes f3. And now we realize the checks are stopped, and there is nothing much can be done to stop the mate. For instance, if the queen goes back to f5, g6 or h7, controlling c2, then there is the other mating threat, queen a3 check, kb1, qb3 check, and in both cases after ka1 bishop c3 mates, and after king c1 bishop a3 is checkmate. So that leaves us with the last variation, queen h7 now, to control the c2 square, and this time queen a3 is bit early, So what white does here is again he goes ke3, first trying to cover the d2 square. After qh6 check, king goes to e2, and we realize that black has nothing better but to go into qh5 check and transpose back to the previous line. As it is, we see nothing else helps, because after qh5 check, f3, again qg6 threatening qg2 is slow because of same queen a3 check, kb1, queen check, king a1, then bishop c3 mates, and if king goes to c1, then bishop a3 checkmate, and black has no defense. Of course, the position was a bit tricky and there were some interesting variations which are little hard to find. But I hope you will find these lessons useful. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for your time.